The secret wood ash pellet that feeds your garden for months. Most gardeners make the same mistake with wood ash. They scoop it straight out of the fireplace and scatter it over the garden, thinking they're giving their plants a free fertilizer. In reality, they're creating a nutrient surge that can wash away after the next heavy rain or raise soil pH faster than they intended. The trick isn't using more wood ash, it's slowing it down. Today I'll show you how I turn ordinary wood ash into homemade mineral pellets that gradually support soil fertility instead of flooding the soil all at once. Before we get into the recipe, here's one tool that's made a bigger difference in my garden than almost any fertilizer. I use a 4-in-1 soil moisture meter with wireless sensors because freshly amended soil often stays moist below the surface long after it looks dry on top. Watering too early can move valuable nutrients below the root zone. I simply check the moisture first, and it saves both water and nutrients. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. If you're serious about growing healthier vegetables through better soil instead of expensive shortcuts, consider subscribing. Every week we test practical techniques that actually improve gardens over the long term. The secret starts with understanding why fresh wood ash isn't a complete fertilizer. Wood ash contains valuable potassium, calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals, but almost no nitrogen. More importantly, many of those minerals become available quickly after application. That's useful in some situations, but it also means nutrients can be lost or concentrated where roots don't need them. So instead of spreading loose ash, I make slow-release mineral pellets. Here's the mixture that's worked well in my raised beds. I combine 1 part finely screened wood ash, 3 parts finished compost, 1 part pre-soaked biochar, and just enough clay-rich garden soil or sifted clay powder to help everything bind together. Then I slowly add water until the mixture has the consistency of modeling clay. Next comes the important part. Roll the mixture into pellets about 1 inch across. They don't need to be perfectly round. Let them dry in a shaded, well-ventilated area for several days until they're firm enough to handle without breaking apart. These aren't fertilizer pellets in the commercial sense. They're slow-breaking mineral packets. Once buried 2 to 4 inches beneath the soil surface around established vegetables, moisture gradually softens them while compost microbes begin breaking them down. The biochar helps hold nutrients and moisture nearby, reducing losses after irrigation or rainfall. I've tested these around tomatoes, peppers, squash, onions, and garlic. Compared to broadcasting loose ash across the soil, the pellet method gave me more consistent growth through the middle of the season, especially in sandy beds where nutrients tend to leach quickly. The biggest improvement wasn't explosive growth. It was steadier growth. That's exactly what healthy soil should provide. One mistake I see constantly is gardeners treating wood ash as though it's harmless. It isn't. Too much ash can raise soil pH enough to reduce the availability of iron, manganese, and other micronutrients. That's why I never use this method around blueberries, potatoes, azaleas, rhododendrons, or other acid-loving plants. Another rule I never break is using only clean ash from untreated firewood. Ash from painted lumber, pressure-treated wood, charcoal briquettes, glossy paper, or construction waste has no place in a vegetable garden. Container gardeners can use these pellets too, but use restraint. 1 small pellet mixed into a 5-gallon container is usually plenty for an entire growing season. Containers have limited soil volume, so excessive ash affects pH much faster than it does in raised beds. Hydroponic growers should skip this technique entirely. Wood ash introduces unpredictable minerals that interfere with carefully balanced nutrient solutions. This method is designed specifically for living soil. The biggest lesson years of gardening have taught me is that successful gardens rarely depend on quick nutrient dumps. They depend on slow nutrient cycling. When compost feeds microbes, biochar stores nutrients, and minerals are released gradually instead of all at once, plants spend less energy dealing with shortages and excesses. That creates stronger roots, healthier foliage, and more consistent harvests. So the next time you clean out your fireplace, don't throw that wood ash away, and don't dump it straight into your garden either. Turn it into slow-release mineral pellets that work with your soil instead of against it. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Farmogic and share this video with another serious gardener. The best harvests don't come from miracle products. They come from understanding how soil biology, minerals, moisture, and roots work together beneath the surface.